Hi everyone, so this is my proposal for documentary called Beyond the Plate. And the synopsis is about the exploring the experiences of an international student studying abroad and finding a comfort in a familiar dish in a restaurant with someone who is also from his own country. And the documentary includes the challenges of being away from loved ones, but the familiar food help he to feel the importance of the connection and the grounded aspect. And this is my paragraph synopsis. Beyond the Plate is a documentary about food, and the first half of the documentary will focus on main character. His name is Edison, a university student from China who is a struggle with the homesickness and the loneliness, and finds it difficult to interact with his classmates. And when he arrived in a new country, and however, when he eats a familiar hometown food at a Chinese restaurant in Oregon, it can make him feel more grounded and integrated into his own culture. And through my interview with Edison, I will conclude by exploring the role that food culture plays in helping his copy with the challenges of living as an international student in an unfamiliar country. Despite the challenges we face, and the second half will capture the preparation behind the dish and the story of the chef and the dish. And after watching those two Chinese documentaries, I decided to learn from their filming style. And here's a little excerpt from the documentaries I have included. And through the study of Once Upon a Bite, the director used Bill Nichols' expository mode to explore the culture and historical significance of Chinese dish. Through interviews with chef, food historians, and everyday people, the documentary traced the origin of the Chinese dish and its evaluation throughout the history from the imperial court to street vendors of modern-day China. The documentary also examines the social and political factors that have influenced the Chinese dish, such as the globalization and the cultural exchange through its used expository mode. Once a Bite aims to inculcate viewers one rich culture of Chinese dish and its enduring the influence the global food culture. The film also highlights the personal story and experiences of those involved in the food industry and providing a humanistic approach to exploration of food and culture. And for my style of documentary, I will continue to refer the previous mentioned documentary called Once Upon a Bite, and using a Bill Nichols expository mode documentary. Consider the ethic reason I spoke to Edison and the chef in advance, and they did not want to talk in the documentary, so I will use my own voice for the off-camera narration, and I will use the montage of the chef's preparations um, and uh, and my descriptions of dishes, as well as a combination of photographies of kitchen and the restaurant, and the footage of the customer as they eat, which I hope to take the audience on an immersive view. So for the documentary, I have two chapters. So for the film follows the chapter one. The film follows Edison, a university student from China, as he struggled with the homesickness and loneliness, finding it difficult to interact with his classmates in a new culture. But when he eats a familiar hometown dish at a restaurant, can make him feel more grounded and integrated into his culture. And through the interviews with Edison and some other international students, I will conclude by exploring the role that food culture can play in helping us to copy the challenges of life as an international student in an unfamiliar country, despite the challenges we face. And the chapter 2 will tell the story of how the dish was prepared, and with the permission of the owner of the restaurant in advance, the chef will enter the kitchen to film the preparation of dish, and the documentary will use visual elements such as slow motion and close-up shots to show the cooking techniques and ingredients. And for my equipment, I'll be using my own Sony full frame camera and the tripod to produce the documentary. And for the post production, I'll be using a microphone to ensure that the sound is perfect. And the ethic consideration, so I will ensure that the main characters is fully aware of the purpose of the project before they being filmed, and I will be obtain the permission for the all shots and images used in the series before they are taken. And I will be sensitive to potential impact of the series on the subject matters. Take the step to protect their privacy, and appropriate music, sound effects, and the narration will be used to enhance the storyline without overshadowing the content. Okay, and that's the end. Thank you for your listening. As an international student, studying abroad can be both exciting and overwhelming. Moving to a new country far away from a family and old friend can feel isolating. Unfamiliar surroundings, new faces, and cultural differences can all add to feelings of being lost and alone. It's not just for students, and probably adults too who face the same problems. Behind the food carries the nostalgia of a person who has left home, a familiar taste that gives the person a sense of home. At the end of the day, Edson prepared to cook one of his favorite Chinese dishes, which is his own form of nostalgia, fried chicken with chilies. Stir-fried chicken with chilies is a simple and easy to prepare dish. All you need to prepare are chilies, chicken pieces, and the recipe for a homemade sauce that his mother told him. Edson says his mother's secret is to add honey to the sauce to make it more flavorful. He says that he feels his hometown in the food, and some tastes are never forgotten after eating them.